Hey guys, welcome back to the society again. It's a beautiful morning here, and I just wanted to make a quick video and talk a little bit about, getting started. I'd say for me, on my path, on my journey in life, there have been many times where I got stuck. I got stuck in life where I never wanted to do things at certain points in my life. I was too comfortable in my life and what I was doing, whether that was work, whether that was being in in a relationship. However, there are points where I realized that I needed to start somewhere in order to create that momentum so that I could keep going and doing what I needed to do. So let me just give you a quick example. Let's just say you're at work and you've got this project that you want to work on. It's probably some tedious project that you don't want to do because you know that maybe there's no value for you, but it's just work that needs to get done. So in my example, I'd say like there have been many times where I was at work and I was given these tedious jobs, and I knew it would take a lot of time for me to do it. However, you know, I just continued working on it, and at the end of the day, once I finished doing that task or that project, it really gave me a sense of achievement. It gave me a sense of completion, and it actually carries on for the rest of your day. And that's kind of what I want to share with you guys, is that regardless of where you guys are in your life right now, whether you're stuck in a relationship that isn't going well, or you're at a job that you dislike and you want to just quit. Well, sometimes guys, it's hard to say this, but you just got to keep grinding it out and keep doing it, and just like I said, just get started. Do the work, get it done so that you can start other stuff that needs to be done, because there's always things that we need to do in life, and there's always going to be stuff that we need to complete, and you know get that sense of fulfillment once we've completed that task or whatever it is that we need to do. So for example, like another example I'd give you, let's just say you're in a relationship, right? And you know that there's a conversation that you have to have with your spouse. It's a tough conversation. It's not something you want to, tackle because you feel like maybe the conversation isn't going to go well. But you know what? You just got to sit back and think about it for a second, and think about, if you just really got started and open your mouth and had that conversation with your spouse, whether it's going to be that tough conversation and it's not going to end well, at least once the conversation is done, you guys can progress. You guys can move forward and continue living your lives. And whether that ends up being an argument or not, and you guys don't talk to each other for a while, hey, it's all good, right? Just reflect and think about this. Think about the fact that you had that courage to step up and be like, you know what, I got to talk to my spouse about something that isn't going to be great, but I know that this is our way of communicating with each other, sharing with each other about some problems we may be having in our lives, or maybe with our own relationship that we have together, and work through it together, so that once that conversation is done, you feel like you kind of achieve something, and that will just continue to give you that, maybe that confidence as well that you might need. And because you were able to speak to your spouse, maybe that will give you the confidence to go out there to speak to other people that you might need to speak to. For example, another example, let's just say, you're in business or something and you got to go out and talk to people, and that's part of your role. That's part of bringing business to your company or whatnot. But maybe you're an introvert like myself, and I had a lot of problems talking to people before. So what I had to do is really just come out of my shell and find a way to just do it. Get started, find that one person you need to speak to, get that out of the way, and then think back and look back at how that conversation went. How can you improve on that conversation? What mistakes did you make? But as you continue doing that, you build that confidence, you build that momentum, and it gives you that much more, I'd say, energy, or that the confidence, actually, the confidence to continue to do it again over and over and over again. And as you become more confident doing that and repeat those repetitions over and over again, it's only going to make you that much more better. But you have to start somewhere, and it all begins with that, taking that first step and being able to go out there and just do things. So just like I'm doing right now, I'm doing these videos. I've never been a content creator before or whatnot, but I told myself I got to get started. Why? Because I want to help some guys out there. I want to be able to share my stories and have some people resonate with me so that they can see exactly, what I'm going through, that maybe it might be relatable to them so they can start somewhere as well. So, guys, like I said, and I've always been saying, just increase your progress 1% a day, and you'll just see how things are going to change for you and how you're going to progress in life and make things, a little bit easier for you. So remember, guys, be inspired by one. Let's go help each other be the best versions of ourselves. All right. So I'll see you guys next time.